One night to be confused, one night to speed up truth. We had a promise made, 4 hands and then away. Both under influence, we had divine scent to know what to say. Mind is a razor blade. I call for hands from above to lean on. Nusinawakwi, a beyond. One night of magic rush, the start a simple touch. One night to push and scream, and then relief. 10 days of perfect tunes, the colors red and blue. We had a promise made. We were in love. I call for hands from above to lean on. Nusinawakwi, a beyond. I call for hands from above to lean on. Nusinawakwi, a beyond. You knew the hand of the devil, and you kept us awake with wolves' teeth, sharing different heartbeats in one night. I call for hands from above to lean on. Nusinawakwi, a beyond. I call for hands from above to lean on. Nusinawakwi, a beyond. Nusinawakwi, a beyond. Our Father, who art in heaven. And this is the Ojibwe phrase of the day.
Nusina!
Huh?
Wakwing! A beyond! Our Father in heaven. BOOZHOO! And welcome back to the show. Welcome back to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am Natasha. That was NANABOOZHOO. And today, let's get the show started with, let's take a look at one of Michael's Ojiberish cartoons. Check this out. This is what you get when you cross Paul Bunyan with Babe. We're filming this show from Bemidji Gamug. Bemidji Gamug Nindonjaba. I am from Bemidji. And Bemidji is famous for Paul Bunyan and Babe. Everybody who comes to Bemidji has to go get their picture taken with Paul Bunyan and Babe. But, it begs the question. What if Paul Bunyan and Babe had a baby? I bet you it would look like this. And that brings us to our next Ojibwe word of the day. Wisakode Winini. Wisakode Winini. A person of mixed ancestry. Okay? That's a person who's like maybe part Native American and part like German or something. They would be a Wisakode Winini. Just like this cartoon of Michael's. All right. So, without further ado, let's get rid of this. Paul Bunyan and Babe. So yeah, a gibberish. Wisakode Winini. A person of mixed ancestry is also one of our Ojibwe words of the day. But before we go any further, let me introduce the star of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome NANABOOZHOO. Take it away, baby.
Okay, hey, BOOZHOO. I'm just going to say the Lord's Prayer in Ojibwe. The Lord's Prayer starts out with Our Father in Heaven. Nusana Wakwing Ebian. That's just another way of saying GICHI-MOOKOMAN. And I'm offering some tobacco, some asema. Nusana Wakwing Ebian. Otapanan Niwi Asema. Our Father in heaven, accept my tobacco. Apigish Gichi Twa Wendamig. Get a news a win. And endamin. Apigish Iji Webak. Di Bashku Wakwing Migo. Gaye a king. Migo Gaye Ish Baming. Magicianang Nuko Agija Guk Nimbakweji Ganimana Minik Eyoyang Buniga de Ta Wishanang Gaye Gaiji Nish Kahi Nangi Gego Gaye Iji Wishi Ishi Kange Gagwe Di Benin Gay Winning Dash Inama Wishanang Maya Nadak Ape Inge. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Or may your name be hallowed. May your kingdom come, may your will be done. On earth, a king, as it is, Ishpaming, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our offenses, as we forgive others. Do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Evil. And then Ape and Gay. Amen. And I'll put out a little tobacco. And them's my prayers. Oh, it's a really pretty day out here. It's pretty cold. That's what it is. It's pretty, but it's cold. Anyway, sometimes I think it doesn't hurt to start your day with a prayer. They say if you don't know what to pray for, it can get old fast if your prayers are always like, oh, Heavenly Father, please forgive me, I'm a wretch. Please forgive a wretch like me, I'm so horrible. Please, forgive me every day until you die. He doesn't want to watch you grovel. That's not prayer. I mean, you can ask him, hey, by the way, I'm really sorry about all those times I said your name in vain, or whatever. But and he's also, I've been told, he's not a genie. You don't just pray, oh, great spirit, please bring me money and lots of it, So what is it? What is prayer? Sometimes people ask me, it's like, how come you're teaching Ojibwe? Why? What's that going to get you? That and 25 cents will get you a bag of chips. That's what they tell me. They're quite rude, really. But sometimes I tell them, if nothing else, I know the Creator speaks all languages. You don't have to pray in Ojibwe. But sometimes if I pray in Ojibwe, I get real spiritual. I kind of connect with the spirits and the ancestors. It makes me kind of... Sometimes they say prayer is like tuning in a radio station. You're not really broadcasting to the Creator. But through prayer, you'll like tune in to that frequency with the Great Spirit. And I don't know. But at the end of the day, I don't know much. I don't know much about history. I don't know much about geometry. Don't know much about history. But I don't know much about anything. I'm just a guy walking this earth, trying to figure it out. I don't want to come on here and pretend I got answers for anybody. Hey, this is what God is. This is what happens when you die. This is the one true path, I don't think that's my role in life. So, anyway, put on my tobacco. I said prayers. I believe the Great Spirit hears our prayers. Of course, if Natasha was out here, he'd be talking up a storm. But I guess he only talks to girls. I don't know why. All right, I'm going back.
Okay, BOOZHOO.
Hi, sweetie.
Well, hi, NANABOOZHOO. What are you doing?
I'm outside. I just put out my tobacco.
You want to come home?
Yeah, would you scan for my coordinates and all that and teleport me home?
You got it. Hang on.
All right.
Okay, I got you. Don't move.
Well, I won't.
1 to teleport.
Make it so, number 1.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Is it cold outside?
Yeah. It's way colder than I let on. It's like 8 below. But, us natives, we got to act all stoic.
Were you being all stoic?
Yep. I don't even shiver. I'm so stoic. You'll never read any expression of emotion from my face.
Is that what stoic is?
Yep. That's what it is in my book. Don't know much about history. So, were you talking about mixed bloods?
Yeah, we're looking at that cartoon.
Was that one of our words? Wisakore Winini, a person of mixed ancestry. Or a mutt.
A mutt?
Yeah. That's kind of the politically incorrect way of referring to people who are of mixed ancestry. And there's most of us actually are Wisakore Winini. You got your Anishinaabe, and you got your GICHI-MOOKOMAN. You got cowboys and Indians, and then there's everyone in between. The Wisakore Winini. And I don't even want to get into that abomination of what Paul Bunyan and Babe's baby would have looked like.
What? That was cute.
Wasn't cute. It's a half human, half bull or ox. Yeah. No, thank you. Not on my watch. No, just kidding. So what are we doing here?
Well, the BOOZHOO crew's filing in.
Are they really? Again? That's so crazy. How you guys doing? I was learning here, sweetie.
BOOZHOO, I was learning.
Can we get her a silver star?
Let's get her the gold star.
Gold star. Yeah, right. What am I thinking? Gold star for always learning. BOOZHOO. And James is here. Oh, James is back, sweetie.
James Shagobay.
BOOZHOO, James. Good morning.
Silver star for James.
Silver star for James. Oh, wow. Missy's here, sweetie.
Well, hey there, cuz. Should we give a bronze star for Missy?
Bronze star for the Missy. Missy from the House of Charnley. And Dr. Evils is back. Dr. Evils is here, sweetie.
Hey, Dr. Evils, what's up?
Dr. Evils says, BOOZHOO, Mino Giga Jabe. BOOZHOO, and good morning. Right back at you. Dr. Evils brought a cup of coffee for Missy.
Hey!
Today I would like to talk about the sacred medicine. The sacred black medicine water. Coffee. In the Ojibwe language, we called coffee. What do we call coffee? I think we called it Makere Mashkiki Wabu. Oh, yeah. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Lyons. Hey, everyone. We haven't really done our intro yet.
Yeah, we don't need an intro.
Yeah. Ningiju. Ningiju. What does Ningiju mean?
Ningiju. Fire? Or something like that?
I thought fire was Ishkode. You Giju. You Miju. Ningiju. What's Ningiju mean, Dr. Evils? I'm still learning the language.
Yeah.
Kiki Wabu. Kiki Wabu. Mush Kiki Wabu. Okay, you got your blacks. That's coffee.
That's right.
And then you got your mush kiki, the medicine. And then the wabu is water that you sip. Juwena mabu? Wabu? Juwena mabu? Juwena I can't say it. Wine comes from the word jumenguesi. Jumengueni, that's what it is. Jumengueni means to smile. And wabu, or nabu, sometimes they call it like soup. Nabu is water that you sip. Nabu is like soup. Wabu is hot water, tea, kind of stuff, like, you know. But smiling water that you sip is wine.
Yeah.
And isn't it weird that they should call wine something that makes you smile wine?
Yeah, no kidding. They should call it smiles, not wine.
Yeah. Of course, you drink enough wine and you do start whining about stuff. Oh, nobody loves me. I'm so drunk. Wine. Anyway. Then there's Ishkode Wabu, the fire water. I don't know.
What are you looking at?
I thought I heard somebody driving up. Guess not. So today, oh, I am warm. Ningaju. I am warm, yeah. Thank you, Dr. Evils. Today is a Ojibwe word, Ningaju. I am warm. I'm warmed by the Ishkode. Warmed by the fire. Because it is. Gazibigi saginige. Geez, you're good. Floor washing day. Sweetie, I got you a present.
You got me a present? That's so romantic. What'd you buy me?
I bought you a mop and a bucket.
Hey!
This way you can mop the floors when you're making, in between taking breaks, I'm making my meals.
You better watch it, mister.
No, but traditionally, this is the day to wash floors. And, you know, I vacuum as often as you do.
I know, and I wash the floors about once a year.
Yeah. We're not the most traditional couple in the world. Gizibigis, aginagay, geesh are good. And I think probably this word came about back in the days of the grandfathers. Kids, anybody who's a little kid watching this, a lot of your grandparents, great-grandparents, and great-great-grandparents, they went to boarding school. Have you ever wondered why more Indians don't speak their language? Well, as the story goes, back in the days of the grandfathers, when the dust started to settle between the GICHI-MOOKOMAN and the ANISHINAABE, the white people, the great knives, there, in fact, it leads right into my other words. Oh, this is so slick, sweetie. I can't even believe it.
You're doing great.
Anishinaabe is the Ojibwe word for a human being, a person. Usually people refer to Anishinaabes as those who are not GICHI-MOOKOMAN, the great knives, or Caucasians, white people. And the thing is, a lot of us come from a long lineage of both Anishinaabes and GICHI-MOOKOMAN. And that is why we call ourselves Wisakore-Winini, people of mixed ancestries, or mutts. But you shouldn't feel bad about being a mutt, sweetie.
Why is that?
Number one, because it's racist to believe in a pure bloodline. I mean, what are we, English?
Yeah. What are we, the royal family?
Yeah. I don't want to be the royal family. And by the way, you know, like breeds of dogs that are mixed,
Yeah.
they're typically cuter and more intelligent and healthier than a pure breed, you know, like whatever.
Is that right?
I don't know. Maybe. But I'm talking like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you are.
But anyway, so the Wisakore-Winini is a mix of Anishinaabe and GICHI-MOOKOMAN. Now, our ancestors, what am I talking about, sweetie?
It started with floor washing day. I can't remember.
I had a whole thing I was going to talk about. And it just went away with the wind. So I guess I'll just talk about these words. Hey, how's it going? Anishinaabe. It's a word for person. GICHI-MOOKOMAN. Okay, so back. Oh, here's my. Now I remember. So your ancestors, you wonder why we don't speak English. And the boarding schools was a time when all our ancestors went to school to learn English. And in Ojibwe, I don't think we had words for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I think it was just like today, tomorrow, the next day, 2 days ago. You know, it wasn't until boarding school. That's why we had to come up with translations of what Sunday is in a word that makes sense to us, or Saturday. And I think in boarding schools, you know, Sunday was church day, so they called it prayer day. Mondays, they called it the day after prayer day. But Saturdays, they called it floor washing day, because I think that was the day the kids had to clean up the barracks, clean up the rooms, you know. These kids worked at boarding school. And so you got to imagine the Ojibwe speakers are like, what's this day called again? In English, they call it Saturday. Saturday. How am I going to remember that? Well, you know, it's floor washing day. Gizibigi, saginagay, geesh are good. And so the tradition is we should wash our floors on Saturdays. If you're an Anishinaabe who wants to follow the red road.
Yeah.
But also, something to remember about your ancestors. So when they went to boarding school, they weren't allowed to speak Ojibwe. And it wasn't just that it was a full-on immersion English speaking school you lived at. A lot of the indoctrination, a lot of the brainwashing at these schools had to do with making the kids feel embarrassed that they were Indian, making them not identify as being an Anishinaabe anymore. They cut their hair. They wouldn't let them wear their traditional clothing. You can't put a feather in your bandana or nothing. No chokers. Not at boarding school. They have to wear a uniform. But so that's why we lost a lot of our language, you know. But we weren't racist. We didn't look at people. Well, we were racist. The first time they came up with that word racist was when the government was talking about Indian people who didn't want to send their kids to boarding school. They were known as the Indian racists. They were still into their race. But when we met the Caucasians, they all had these big old swords. The first white guys the Anishinaabe met had long swords. And they came up and Indian guy looks up and he sees this big old silver sword. And he's like, oh, wow, that's a really great knife. Yikes, man. That's going to be your nickname from now. I like that knife. I don't even want to show you what I'm using as a knife here. I got a bone in my my little belt here. I've been cleaning fish with, you know. You got this big old silver sword? Wow. From now on, we'll call all your people the Great Knives. Whether they have knives or not, you guys should be proud of that knife. It is a Gichi. Great Mookoman. A great knife. You know, we didn't call them white guys. We didn't call them crackers. Here come the crackers. You know, here comes the cavalry crackers. No, nobody talked like that. We admired their technology. And this is why some of the things they kind of gloss over when they're talking about history, especially if they're trying to convince everybody that there was nothing but bloodshed and hate in the past and white supremacy. Anishinaabe and the GICHI-MOOKOMAN, when they got together, the first thing that happened was Anishinaabe incorporated their technology into our life ways. Everything from using swords and metal knives and then eventually guns to glass beads. You know, the next time you look at your grandma's beadwork there and you go, oh wow, grandma, you're a real Indian. You're a real Anishinaabe. My grandmother was a bead worker. It's like, yeah, guess where they got those glass beads from? The French. Before the French came here, the GICHI-MOOKOMAN from France, we had to hunt down porcupines. Everything was quill work until the GICHI-MOOKOMAN came over with their cool stuff. And so our ancestors right away started to incorporate their technology. And guess what? Somewhere amidst the chaos and the warring factions and the genocide and the relocation, and all our oppression, Anishinaabe person and GICHI-MOOKOMAN person, their eyes met, they fell in love, and they started having babies, and they married, you know. You ever wonder why so many Ojibwe people have French last names? Well, that's because got a whole bunch of Wisakode Wininiwag, a whole bunch of people of mixed ancestry. You know, it's not, they don't make movies about how great white people and Indian people got along in the past. Yeah, they really don't, you know. You got to start making movies about the friendships and the love relationships and the families that were created. And the new... When are they going to make a movie about Turtle Mountain? Oh yeah, no kidding. The Métis? Yeah. You know, here's a group of Indians who just incorporated both GICHI-MOOKOMAN and Anishinaabe cultures. You know. We work together for a lot of stuff. There's a whole chapter in Ojibwe culture and history, or Ojibwe history, when the Ojibwe people were trading nationwide, internationally, maple sugar. I hear. I could be wrong about this, but I heard that we used to trade, they didn't have real sugar in the States in the early days. In the days of the grandfathers. And so Ojibwe guys were raking it in. We were rich. And they go, what? No. Remember, you guys were primitive, and then you became oppressed victims of white supremacy? Nope. We started trading with the Europeans, right? I don't know what you guys were doing with the British and all that, but the Ojibwe, ANISHINAABE, we were trading beaver pelts, we were trading goods, services, how do you think those French fur traders found their way around? They always had like an Indian guide, always have a little Pocahontas in the front of the canoe showing them around, translating, I don't know, man. That's why they call it history.
What do you mean?
Because it's a story.
Yeah, huh? It's a GICHI-MOOKOMAN.
Yeah. So that's all I know about that.
Hey, sweetie, you want to take a call?
Yeah, sure. I'll take a phone call. What line?
Line 2.
All right. Caller, welcome to the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast. You're on the air. Oh, hello. NANABOOZHOO. Hey, Johnny Depp. Sweetie, it's Johnny Depp.
Well, hi, Johnny Depp.
Hello, Natasha. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Well, I'm doing quite a bit better now that the lawsuit is behind me and the divorce and my millions and millions of dollars are going to Amber Turd. Amber Turd? You mean Amber Heard? No, I've been calling her Amber Turd ever since she left a turd in my bed. Yeah, remember that, sweetie?
I know, she pooped in his bed.
Ugh. I'm never going to let the world forget about that.
Yeah.
What can I do for you, Johnny Depp? Well, I wanted to call because I was watching your show. And, you make a lot of sense.
Yeah, is that right?
Yes, I am a person of mixed ancestry myself.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I heard that somewhere. Are you part Indian? Yes, my great-grandmother on my father's side was a Cherokee princess.
Okay.
She was a Cherokee princess. Why is it everybody's grandmother was a Cherokee princess?
I don't know. There must have been a lot of them.
Yes, my family didn't like to talk about it, so, we don't know much about her, except that she was a Cherokee princess. And that is why I tattooed Sitting Bull on my arm. Yeah, but Sitting Bull was Dakota. What? Yeah, Sitting Bull? Yeah. He was my ancestor. Not if you were Cherokee. But I got this tattoo. Yeah, you got a million tattoos. But no, Sitting Bull was a Dakota leader. I mean, chief or whatever. If you're Cherokee, like you come from a different line. Cherokee is actually where the first kind of colonized Indian tribe. Cherokees actually had slaves.
Is that right?
Yeah. Did you know that, Johnny Depp? No. The Cherokee were the oppressed Indians who had to walk the Trail of Tears. Well, yeah, kind of. When the government came in and took back their plantations and made the Cherokee leave and relocate to Nebraska or wherever, the Cherokee were allowed to take their horses and slaves. Slaves? Yeah, that's right. Your people had slaves and plantations and wore European style clothing and were living in those kind of colonial homes. Yeah, Hollywood makes the Cherokee seem like they were a primitive Dakota tribe. I mean, not primitive, but traditional Dakota tribe. But that Trail of Tears, it's not what... I don't think it's what we've been told. You know, this is all very unsettling for me and my people. The Hollywood actors? No, no. The Cherokee people. The Cherokee tribe. Yeah. Cherokee people. Cherokee tribe. Anyway. So you're a descendant of a Cherokee princess. What does that make you, like a Cherokee prince? Oh, I never thought of that. Maybe I am. You kind of look like a Cherokee member of the clown posse. Yeah, I know. I wish I hadn't used permanent paint when I dressed up as Tonto. Yeah, is that going to get in the way with your other roles? Yeah, I'm sort of limited to just playing roles of guys who wear white makeup with black lines. Well, there's still some things. You could remake, Edward Scissorhands? You wore white makeup in that. Yeah, I suppose I did. You can remake, you could, didn't you play a vampire or something once? Had white makeup? Oh, and just put a big top hat on. You can also be the Mad Hatter again in Alice in Wonderland. You put on white makeup a lot in your movies. Why is that? Well, Nanaboozhoo, you see, I've always loved the rock band Kiss. Have you heard of them? Have I heard of Kiss? I guess he's never seen the show. Yeah, no kidding. Of course I know Kiss. It's my favorite band. Yeah, yeah. You see, when I was starting out, I wanted to be in Kiss. I wanted to play guitar next to Ace Frehley and Paul Stanley. Yeah, I think we all did when we were kids. So you don't just put on permanent paint on your face. Yes, well, I know that now. You look like a member of the Anishinaabe clown posse. Yes, I suppose I do. Anyway. Say, Nanaboozhoo. Yeah? What was the Ojibwe word of the day? Oh, well, we were talking about Anishinaabes and GICHI-MOOKOMAN. Anishinaabe. Now, that's your word for Indian, isn't that right? Well, kind of. We usually refer to Indians as Anishinaabe, but in our language, it actually refers to people. I've spoken to Ojibwe speakers who talk about, like, the Finlander Anishinaabe. Finlander Anishinaabe. Yeah, like a guy from Finland would be a Finlander person. And they weren't native, so... But most of the time we mean non-Indians, or Indians. And then GICHI-MOOKOMAN, or Mookoman. GICHI-MOOKOMAN, the great knife. Yeah, that's right. That refers to Caucasian people. Around here, people usually just say Chimokoman. You can sort of shorten Gichi to Chi, and Mookoman to Moke. You go to Cass Lake, most people they won't say GICHI-MOOKOMAN, they'll say Chimoke. You know, hey, I'm half Chimoke myself, you know. And those are the great knives, like whatever. And then if you're a descendant of both, we call you a Wisakode Winini. It's a person of mixed ancestry. Wisakode Winini. That would be me then, right? Yep. That would be you, Johnny Depp. So what else is in store for your movie career, Johnny Depp? Well, I just read in the paper that I've got another movie coming out after being canceled. You were canceled? Yeah, I can't remember why. I was in trouble for something. Was it the whole incident with Amber Heard? Yes, I think it had something to do with Amber Heard. Yeah. Well, I heard that Amber Heard cheated on you with Elon Musk. Yes, she did. I wasn't happy about that, but what can you do? I don't know, nothing, I guess. But gross. Elon Musk? Number one, he's a total fraud, right? Oh, yes, he's the opposite of a genius. Yeah, he is. He's that word that rhymes with Mentally retarded. Yes, yes. But we wouldn't use that word. No. Mentally retarded Ray would be the pig Latin for what Elon Musk is. Yes. All right. Well, I better get going, buddy. All right. How do you say goodbye in Ojibwe? We don't say goodbye. We say, I will see you again. Gigawaba min, Minowa. Gigawaba min, Minowa. Yeah, that's right. Gigawaba min, Minowa, Johnny Depp. Yes, Natasha. Gigawaba min, Minowa. Wow. Yep. Even though he's got that ridiculous face paint on full time now, yeah, he's still kind of cool. I know, there's something kind of cool about Johnny Depp. I don't know. I like Johnny Depp. Sue me. I don't know why. I know he's a Satanist, but whatever. Okay. Hey, let's see what the BOOZHOO crew's got to say. I don't mix native and Christianity. You don't mix native and Christianity? Okay. Says James. Hey, BOOZHOO, James. Welcome to the show. Dr. Evil says, yeah, that's like tacos and Chinese food. I only eat tacos from China. I order it special. They get here, it's real stale. Grassroots Indian says, BOOZHOO, Grassroots is here, sweetie. Well, hi, Grassroots. Grassroots says, my family still has our bundles. Oh, you got your own family, those medicine bundles or whatever? Yeah, that's cool. Vacuum floor day. I don't know. What's the Ojibwe word for vacuuming? I don't know. Whatever. Sucking dirt. Yeah, we'd have to translate it. Chinese taco sounds good, says Grassroots. See, that's what I like about Grassroots. Grassroots is open-minded. Yeah, Chinese tacos. I'll trust the Chinese when it comes to tacos, thank you. If it was good enough for my grandfather, I don't know. General chicken and fried rice tacos. Oh, wow. Yeah, frankly, if we can have Indian tacos, why can't we have Chinese people tacos? Get some fried rice in there. How come when it's Chinese rice, they just call it rice? But when it's rice the Indians get, oh, it's got to be wild rice. What, because we're a wild band of Indians? You guys are racist, man. You got to keep the audience on their toes. Oh, you a bunch of racists. I call everybody a racist. Really? Yeah, why not? General Chicken. General Chow. What's that guy's name? Is it General Chow's chicken? I can't remember. I don't know. I kind of hate Chinese food, to tell you the truth. Really? Yeah. This is one thing I've learned about getting old. Not only do you become more closed-minded in life, you become less apologetic about closing your mind. Really? Yeah. And I'm not even, I'm telling you this not because I'm looking for forgiveness. I'm not even apologizing. This is how I am. And when you're young, you go, hey, let's go try this new thing. And, but after you've experienced enough, you just know certain red flags. I don't know, that's going to be terrible. Let's go camping. I think it was a Steve Martin bit once. He goes, you know, you just close your mind. It's like, your girlfriend will say, let's go camping. It's like, sorry. We're closed. You just know it's going to be boring and horrible. A lot of work, way more money than you think it's going to take. And you get all set up out there, and then it's mosquitoes and nothing to say to your girlfriend who now wishes she had never suggested you go out camp, you know. No, we're not going camping ever again. You know. Hey, let's go ice fishing. Nope. I'm closed minded. I've done it before. It's sitting in a closet. I mean, it's fun when you're a teenager and you can drink beer and listen to Van Halen. when you're a middle-aged man sitting in a outhouse, literally the same. The first ice house was just an outhouse somebody pushed onto the lake, and then while they were pooping there, they said, "Hey, guess what? I'm gonna drop a line in here. Maybe I can catch a fish." And that's when the poop salmon, they called it. When you catch fish right out of the outhouse that you had on a lake.
That's not true, is it?
Nah, I just made that up. I don't know. Johnny Depp, though. Life ain't tough for white people or light-skinned Indians. Yeah, must be nice. Life ain't tough. It's only tough. The darker skinned you go, the tougher life is. Says Grassroots Indians. Dr. Evil says, much self-hatred is expressed outwardly. Self-hatred is expressed outwardly. Do you suppose that's kind of what's up with Johnny Depp and all his tattoos?
You think he has self-hatred?
Yeah, I'm not sure I get tattoos anymore. Is that beautifying yourself? Is that trying to express yourself in some sort of creative way? Or is it like Grassroots was talking about, or who was saying that? Something about self-hatred. Dr. Evils, much self-hatred is expressed outwardly. You can kind of tell, oh no, this is way too adult of a conversation than I want to have right here. Do I? You can tell by, I agree with you, Dr. Evils. You can tell by a person's outward appearance, how they present themselves, how much self-respect they have. Another thing, like when I got old and closed-minded, and I'd be working at school, and I would see a girl walking in, what I would say is inappropriately dressed. And I would say, that little girl has no dad at home. And she is, you know, if you're an 8th grader wearing fishnet stockings and high heels and a mini skirt, there's something not right going on at home. It's like, Dad, where are you? You got to protect that little girl. Mom, would you quit chasing away your male protectors of your kids? That's all I'm saying. La la la. Shoot, I grew up dealing with a lot of racism. Did you really? I didn't. Got called a red nixer, wagon burner, blanket axe. Yikes. Where did you grow up? Jail? Prison? A red nixer, wagon burner, red nixer. Was that because you were part white? Life ain't tough for white people or light-skinned Indians. White privilege? Yeah, right. I don't believe in white privilege. If it a white, it ain't right. if it a white, what? That's so racist. You're racist, Grassroots Indians. You're so racist. Sweetie, Grassroots Indians is saying white people ain't right. You racist! Yeah, Heil Hitler. You're racist. Grassroots probably thinks you can't be racist unless you're a white male. A white Christian male. Yeah. I think Grassroots is trying to, what's that called again? Is that catfishing? Yeah. Grassroots keeps the conversation lively. Copper-colored Indian. Yeah. You got to be FBI, a full-blooded Indian. Red power. You know what's funny? I was going to call this show something like Anishinaabe versus GICHI-MOOKOMAN. Which is better? And like you could never, they would probably censor something that would be like, White or Indian, which is better? Or which is the superior race? You couldn't say that, but YouTube would never know the terms Anishinaabe or GICHI-MOOKOMAN. And so I think we can get along. We can speak freely knowing that they don't know what to do with us. What do you do with Owisa Kode Winini who's talking racism? It's like, how much Indian do you have to be before you can claim oppression? What tone? John Redcorn just dropped an apple. Red on the outside, white on the inside. Let's see what else is going on here. I get called chief a lot of places. That's racist because I'm not a chief. Hey, chief. I remember one time I got called chief, and the guy, like people just use those terms. Hey, buddy. Hey, pal. Hey, chief. What's up? And I was working at a private college, and my buddy Carl, I just started there, and I was like the Indian guy. I was the Indian recruiter or whatever, and he comes down first morning with a cup of coffee. He goes, "Morning, chief." And the whole place got quiet, like, it's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean that." It's like, take it easy, it's not racist. How dare you? Not all Indians are chiefs. Some of us are braves. Mino Giga J BOOZHOO Crew and NANABOOZHOO Natasha says Wally Bear. Hey, Wally Bear. Wally Bear's here, sweetie. Oh, hi, Wally Bear. Good to see you, Wally Bear. We're talking about race, the Shinabes and the Chamoks. Which is better, Shinab or Chimok? This is what I love about Indian people and rural Minnesota people. Like, I mean, if you want to look for racism and you want to be offended, you can find it. What's my problem here? You can find it, But if you want to be totally oblivious, the kind of racism in small town Minnesota, old toothless redneck living in a beat up trailer on his grandmother's farm, doesn't have white privilege, so when the guy from LaPorte, the white guy from LaPorte, makes claims about Indian people, it's different. It's not the same thing as Joe Biden, But so the racism, whatever you want to call it, I don't even know what racism is anymore. Just because you get offended by something based on a racial context doesn't mean there's racism there. But what was I going to say about? Oh, being politically incorrect. So up here, the terms sound like a racial slur. Here comes a Shinab, because you shorten it. Here comes an Anishinaabe. Here comes a bunch of Shinabs. Say, what? Is that? That's not like the N-word, is it? Is a Shinab something Indians can say, but white people can't? Nope. Anybody can say it. Just like Chimok. I got a Chimok mom. It's not racist. It's just shortening because the culture of small town and reservation town has sort of a politically incorrect feel to it. Here come the Chamoks, here come the Shinabs, But it's not like formal racism. Nobody really, nobody's really thinking about it that much, is my experience. And when the subject comes up, if you're in college, sure. If you're around people from the cities or outside of rural Minnesota, all the political issues, is it racist up there? You have to kind of talk in big sweeping motions. Well, in the early 1970s, you see. But on day-to-day living, people aren't thinking that much, about the other person's race, or when it does come up, if you're Indian, you find out your cousins somehow, or the white people, the Chimokamans, are like, oh, is that right? Cool. Yeah, they'll find some commonality. My grandmother was a Cherokee princess. Yeah, but you want to get up here, sweetie? Yeah, sure. All right, let me play a little Wake and Bake, and then we'll get you coming up here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, up next, the lovely and talented Natasha. But first, this is a song called Wake and Bake. Miigwech Bizendawieg. Thank you for listening. But it's got nothing to do with you. I've got no one, still you won't do. And after today I'd say we are quite through. But I know you won't break down, you won't miss a step, you won't be around, and you'll never forget it. One day, when I'm old and gray, I might look back and say that these were the golden days. And one day, when I'm old and I'm gray, I might look back and say, this was the price I paid. So it goes, or so they say. Time's like a mountain scale. Well, I don't know, but I can't complain. God knows I've got my own escape. And sometimes I just might, even in the middle of the night. Well, sometimes and sometimes, well, I wake and bake. But it's got nothing to do with you. I've got no one, still you won't do. And after today I'd say we are quite through. But I know you won't break down, you won't miss a step, you won't be around, and you'll never regret it. One day, when I'm old and gray, I might look back and say that these were the golden days. And one day, when I'm old and I'm gray, I might look back and say, this was the price I paid. Even in the middle of the day, Stephen grins a little, so they say. Sometimes, well, I wake and bake. Sometimes will I wake and bake. Sometimes. Yeah. Hey
everybody. BOOZHOO. Natasha and ANISHINAABE. And my hair is all screwed up again. Sweetie, I think I need to go to the hairstylist.
Gonna go to a stylist?
Yeah, I need a... Where am I looking? I need a new look.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, everybody, if you'd like to support the show, you can click the link in the description. We have a Patreon page, and we have a GoFundMe page, and we have a PayPal. And if you'd like to order books by Michael Lyons, books like On Snow on Skin. What am I talking about? Books like Little Cutie, A Teddy Bear's Vision Quest. Just click in the links in the description. Also, we're getting really close to 3,000 subscriptions.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
I know. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button and notify so you can always be told when we're coming on, because we come on at weird times sometimes. Otherwise, I think that's all I gotta say.
Is that it for today?
I think that's it for today, sweetie. Unless you want anything.
No, that's good.
All right. Hey, everybody, miigwech bisandawiek. Thank you for listening. And miigwech kanawabiek. Thank you for watching BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. Ooh, 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 baby, baby. Anyway, I am Natasha. This is NANABOOZHOO.
Okay, hey, miigwech.
This is Michael Lyons.
Hey, everyone, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
And I will see you again. Gigawaba man, minawa. Oh, sweetie,
One to teleport.
make it so. Number 1.